Welcome to Midpoint, OCC's midweek podcast aimed at helping you connect with last week's message and prepare you for next week's sermon. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to Midpoint, your midweek connection to Orchards Community Church. And we are going to talk about the family service we just had and the new series called The Lost and Forgotten Men and Women, or really people of the Bible.
That's right.
Yeah, with a thumbs up. So, first question would be, first, not question, but talking point is, like, why a new series? Why did we get away from Ruin? Since you're kind of you're the brains behind the operation.
That's a scary thought.
It is.
I mean, the Ruins were they were a lot of fun and they were easy to write. Honestly, the structure was kind of nice to be able to write for them. I mean, I think there's multiple things. I mean, I was kind of getting tired of the format a little bit.
Yeah.
And if I was getting tired of it, you had to be getting. I mean, all jokes aside, you like to change things up.
I do.
Yeah. And so, if I was getting kind of tired of it, then I knew you had to be getting tired of it. But also, part of the Ruin series too is well-known Bible stories, and we hit a lot of them.
Yeah.
We were really going to run out of content that were well-known, and we were already hitting on some slightly less known.
Yeah.
And we had Daniel in the lion's den, probably Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah.
We
kind of steered away from. We didn't really ruin any Jesus stories.
No.
Right? Like we did the parable.
Just the parable. Yeah.
But,
which was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good
I
one.
thought it was poetic that we started and ended on the same, because I feel like it wasn't really a WB ruin, but it was kind of a ruin.
Yeah. But the Zacchaeus.
And then we're like, all right, let's wrap that in and do it. And that was fun. I liked it. So that was when I learned the song. I didn't know the song. The Zacchaeus.
No kidding. I guess I did know that.
Yeah, I didn't really know it, but I learned it and I know it now. So there you go.
It's a good one, classic.
Yeah. So it was really we didn't want to beat the dead horse and just have to all right, well, I guess we're gonna keep doing this. And you had an idea a while ago to do just kind of these obscure characters. I think we talked about it like a year ago. Mm-hmm. You're like, man, it'd be really cool to just kind of focus on the unknown stories of the Bible rather than the big arc, kind of the little side stories. And that was kind of intriguing. And, it's challenging to write those things. And, yeah, it's cool. And I think that also makes it to where it's something for everybody. The kids are going to get something out of it because it's going to be the WB show. So that's going to be fun. But adults are going to be like, oh, yeah, I didn't know. I forgot about that person. Or, I didn't really see that before. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be some stuff there for everybody, which is kind of what we're going for. So,
yeah, and this happened with the Ruins a little bit too. But one of the challenges is like with even like Jonathan is spread out between an entire book of the Bible and then part of another book, 1 Samuel into 2 Samuel a little bit. And that's too much to read in one service. And it's kind of the same when we did Noah's Ark. Like those, it is nice when we can do passages where we can go through the whole thing.
Yeah, just a short chunk.
But a lot of character stories don't neatly work out that way. Zacchaeus did.
Yeah. It was like 7 verses or something like that. But yeah. No, I like this new series. I like the direction. I like the openness that we can go. And we kind of still did the same format. Like the. I think we've talked about before where we want to make sure that we're breaking up the service with elements so that way we're kind of retaining attention and hopefully prolonging retention, not just attention, but retention in what we're saying.
And sometimes, sometimes the games don't go super well.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And
particularly this past weekend.
Yeah. And I thought it was
It's still fun.
Yeah. And I think sometimes people are like, I just didn't get the point of it. And I'm like, that isn't totally the purpose. I mean, part of like you said, we're trying to keep attention, and we do really want these to just be something that families get excited about going to, that they'll continue the conversation after they leave, and just have something they're excited and not be something that they dread. And also just behind the scenes, it is really hard to plan crowd games and not be able to test them until the morning of. Sometimes we can tell. This one we knew was going to probably be a little bit rough. But the first one,
that is difficult. We did test it with
two people.
Yeah, 2 people. And we're like, it'll be fine. We'll just. And my thing is like, we'll just wing it. It'll be fine. And you're
Which
like,
kind of excites you a little bit.
Yeah, it did not go well.
Which is fine. I thought it was fine. And I know even I know just something James has told me before, just like how cool it is just to us be together in a service and just have the entire congregation kind of interacting together with what's going on the stage. That's a cool thing, and almost no church are you going to experience that. And that's a cool thing. I know James always likes that part. So even if,
well, and I think of it as like we played every Thursday, like we've been doing this for a while, where my whole family, like my kids and me and my wife, will sit down and we'll play a board game with the kids, and the process is pretty fun, but whatever. But we play a board game and then we watch something together, and that's kind of our Thursday tradition that we've been doing for a while. But just to sit down with your family and play a game, even if it's a dumb game, even if it's not fun, it brings you together. It's fun to just be like, oh man, that was kind of cool. Like even if it's a terrible game, and there are terrible games out there. So like that in and of itself for me is like, okay, we played a game. It didn't really work. Like it wasn't anything bad. Like people weren't like, oh my gosh, I'm offended. You know what I mean? There was nothing like that. It just was like, it was a flop. But people still enjoyed it because we're still playing a game. Like we're in church as a church family, and we're playing a game. And I really loved, because the second game kind of hit all services, the act by numbers. That one I was actually surprised at how well that was received. But the coolest thing was on Monday night, and I saw this on every service, but Monday night in particular, just because it's a smaller service, that the kids were really getting involved. Like, I think every kid was like, this is fantastic. And they were all in and doing the raspberries and stomping their feet and whistling. And like, it was loud. It was bigger than a lot of the big services just because they were so into it. And that was really fun to see kids getting involved and having fun with their parents there, and their parents are doing it. And even it got to the point that I know some people started not doing it. And by the end they were like, all right, I'm in. Like, this is fun. It's fun. It's fun to play a game as a church family. So that's why other than the retention, which is important, and breaking things up to keep attention, I think just playing a game and having fun is a good thing, and we can do that in church. For sure. When you wrote that story, and because you finagled it a few times to make it, I mean, the original one had us counting up like 5 or 6 times. I tried to limit it to 6 or 7 times for each number.
Did you purposely pick numbers that made a sound corresponding to the story? Because it was amazing how many of them did.
I think I did think about that a little bit.
Because when she fed her 2 chickens, I think that was a whistle, and I'm like, I thought that was kind of fun.
Oh, I didn't think of that. No.
And like the 7 slices of bread, wah wah.
Yeah, that one.
Or 8, and then I think it was clapping after. Like they were just kind of fun how they fit the story.
Yeah.
Sometimes
some of those were all I didn't. Some of them I did. Some of them I didn't, and it was just a happy coincidence. Or you can say it was spirit led.
The lost one was always
Yeah, that one was fun. That was fun. Yeah, it was a fun game. We've had some games that were like, man, that was really fun, and that one was for sure like, that was a good one. Yeah, I liked it. That was fun.
Yeah, and this was by far the least. I don't know what the word is. We didn't have any props for this one.
No,
which was nice.
We didn't call anybody up on stage.
I didn't have to clean anything up.
Yep.
No tear down setup between services.
Yeah, it was pretty easy as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. I did have a sense of like, am I missing something or am I forgetting something? And I didn't remember what that was or why that was. But now, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, even like the stool and the children's story and
Yeah, who's got the book?
yeah, I always had to make sure
Yeah.
on stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoyed this
That's
one.
funny. Yeah, it was good.
I'm excited about this series.
Well,
I don't care if you remember anybody remembers the name. That's not the point.
Yeah. Yeah, really the name and the acronym is just for me. Like that's
This is
just
funny.
I just think it's funny.
This is funny.
To just have something like this is so you can easily remember and you can't.
The
easily
fact that
remember
you
it.
made that little logo that was in the corner, like I want you to know, I was impressed by that. Like, who would have thought this terrible acronym you could make a decent looking, a decent looking graphic?
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah,
I was impressed.
I had fun with it. All the graphics, dude. The bumper video was fantastic. People were amazed that I got you to sing. I was like, yeah, that's Wesley. That's original. Like that is an original song. Wesley and Brenton song. You are a recording studio artist now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's my first track.
Yeah.
On the internet forever.
Lay that one down.
Yeah. I also liked that the acronym on the weekly went across the entire top of the page.
I think The Office, whenever I sent them the bumper, and they're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "You're just gonna have to go." Like I don't even remember what it is. So, and I don't know. I'm a Monty Python fan, and so I think it's hilarious when you have something that's supposed to be something and it's not something. You know, like it's supposed to be easy to remember. That's why you have acronyms, and so you can easily remember them. You can't remember them. I have no idea. I'm leaving. I'm like, what? And I think that's funny. Like It's all for me. Like I think that's hilarious, and that's my sense of humor. And
Yeah. Speaking of for me, we had a joke in there that was 100% for me that I always do, which was the teams. And I probably shouldn't have given this away so publicly.
Yeah.
But the skipping team 2 thing, if anybody's, I actually do that all the time. If we do any game with kids or youth, because people can't not call you out. Like they can't. I don't know. And on Monday night, I almost thought nobody was going
like,
to.
oh, this is going to be the service. Yeah, because we were just like, we kind of even paused a little bit. Like, anybody going to call us? We're like, oh no, I guess this is the one. What about team 2?
It works 100% of the time.
Yeah. People asked me like afterwards, like I was in our small group, and they were like, "What's with the team 2 thing?" And I'm like, "That is a joke that's completely for Wesley. Like that is his thing that he enjoys." And I was like, "All right, man. Like I'll ride with it with you."
And you did it the first service. I thought I was gonna do it, and you just like went straight into it, and it
got
worked.
your back.
And it worked immediately.
Yeah. So good.
They didn't even let us get through.
Well, you let me enjoy that.
Yeah, I know. I was proud.
Yeah, well,
it was a proud moment for me.
Thank you.
I did it at youth one time when Andrew had me as a guest. I don't even remember what it was for, but I led a game. I want to say it was Family Feud, and I did the same thing. And I said the same thing, like, we don't talk about Team 2. And they would not let it go. And they were like, what happened to Team 2? Like, we don't talk about it.
Yeah, we can't. I can't tell you. I'm sorry, guys.
And the whole time, they couldn't let it go. Like, it's like, it was just so good for me.
Yeah. It's like a joke that's just for you, and it keeps on giving. Yeah. When you first told me, I was like, that's the dumbest thing. Like, whatever. And then by the fourth service or by the third service, I was like, I get it. This is fun. I like messing with people, and it's great. It's harmless fun.
It is.
You know?
It is, yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah. There's always usually jokes in there. The last service we had joke 2, or fact number 2. Nobody got. That joke was for us.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, there was 2 facts in the in the Zacchaeus. But one of them wasn't actually a fact. And then just randomly later on, we said fact number 2.
Yeah.
And nobody probably...
And it was wonderful. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I laughed. And I bet nobody got that.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Every once in a while.
You guys are better for not knowing.
Yeah. Every once in a while we'll throw those in. But yeah, that's just for us. That's just so we can keep our sanity. It was really fun. Yeah. I do like doing these services.
I do too.
I mean, we can. I think it's worth repeating, even though I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we've said this a lot, but I think it's important to just, like, we are doing it not because Wes and I are good friends and we have good chemistry on stage, which we do, and we are. I think the whole point of it, even through all the jokes and stuff like that, is really to bring the church together and to blur the lines between kids and adult services. I was talking to somebody who came in and they were talking to our ushers and they're like, I have no idea what kind of service this is. Like, what is this? And I was just able to express to this person, like, we've seen that kids, by the time they reach college and adulthood, they don't feel welcomed in church because they've never been welcomed in church. That church is just, that's for my parents. And, you know, if like kids go downstairs or kids go to the kids wing, and then when they get to be teens, they go to the, you know, the youth area. And then when they get at college age, they go to the college area. And then maybe you can get it to the elite where the adults are. Like, that's kind of the perception. And so doing services like this go, no, we're all the church body. We just worship in different areas, but we can all come together because everybody's welcome at the foot of the cross. And so I'm like, that's why we do services like this. And we do kind of gimmicky, kind of this skit church, because we want to, you know, we want to appeal to the younger ears, but also use it as a way to teach God's word in a different way to other people who are, you know, from kids to adults. Like, we want to make it palatable, want to make truth palatable for everybody. And after explaining that to her, she was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Thank you so much. And then that was it. And like, I think it's good to know that we're not just doing this because we think it's fun, or James is just like, oh, I'm really tired, so can you guys just do something different? Like, there's a complete intentionality and goal behind us doing these services. And it's not to mock the Bible by any means. It's not to make church to where it's just like, oh, whatever, see, we're cooler than, you know, like, it's nothing pointing to us. It is completely with a goal in mind to make sure that kids, youth, and teens and college-age students feel welcome in the church and will continue to come back to church. Yeah. That is the main goal.
And nobody, whether you look into the statistics or not, nobody can deny that there is a exodus of young people in the church.
Yeah.
Just generation after generation, it's continually decreasing. And even denomination, all the denominations are seeing it, across the board. And we want to do something about it. Like, we want to be intentional, and you know, maybe God will put on our heart to do something that is different, you know?
Yeah.
But right now, I mean, I've told you this before, but this is one of the few things I'm very confident about.
Yeah.
That is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there are elephants in the room for sure, you know, like it's different.
Mm-hmm. But this is the way that we think that we can address this problem. And problem is in the church-wide problem of congregations not getting younger.
Yeah.
Like, one of the ways that we can attack that, so to speak, is to do the WB show. And, you know, like, we're going to also start doing family services where it's not a WB show, that it's not this type of skit show. It is, we're going to just do what we always do, but everybody's in the same room together. So you're going to get worship music, you're going to get announcements, and then you're going to get a 30-minute, 45-minute sermon wherever that lands. And that's okay. And there's going to be, you know, kids uncomfortable. There's going to be crying. There's going to be, you know, toys falling on the floor and spills and stuff like that. And I think that is that is a price to pay that we are happy to pay.
Yeah.
If it means that more people will continue to come to church. And again, the focus is not church. Like, we're not wanting them to be a part of an institution, but hopefully when we say church, it is a Bible-based, God-fearing congregation led by pastors who are passionate about Jesus, that are teaching about the gospel and how to live in the gospel. So essentially, we're trying to get our church to follow and be a disciple under Jesus and follow after Christ. that's what we mean by church. We don't mean the institution. But if we're going to have an uncomfortable service because kids are crying and whatever, but more and more kids are realizing their life in Christ and what that means, I'm okay being uncomfortable and listening to a sermon and having to just focus a little bit harder because there's a kid crying next to me, or there's parents that are struggling and, changing diapers or whatever. Like, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the spiritual disciplines in life, even rooted being a big kind of small group launcher that we use. Goes through the 7 rhythms, of a Christian life. Corporate worship is part of that. We see it early in the Old Testament, all the way through Scripture. And those things that are important, prayer, Scripture memorization, corporate worship, just worship, worship and thankfulness. All of those things are things that we have to teach. And I know it doesn't have to be everybody's cup of tea. And you don't have to find all the things. Me and Brenton, we're not offended if you don't find all the things we find. We're probably more impressed if you don't find the things we find funny.
She's like, wow.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense why you don't think that's funny. But corporate worship is important. It is important for the body to be called together. When Moses read the law, when Joshua spoke to the Israelites once they were in the Promised Land, all the way up into the New Testament. In Ephesians, Paul directly addresses children in the congregation. In Colossians, he does it again. Throughout history, women and children both, they're usually mentioned together in Scripture when they're talking about the congregation, but they were a part of these gatherings. And it's only recently that church has begun to look the way that it does now. And that doesn't mean Sunday schools are all bad, or that isn't it. But that also doesn't mean corporate worship isn't important and a primary part of what we're called to do.
Yeah.
They're like, is it going to be the same message, the same level of message that James preaches? No, it's not going to be totally the same level. However, I actually think
they can handle it.
That kids can handle it, and it's important. But that isn't how our culture is right now. And we were trying to encourage families that, like, this is just a stepping stone to really get the meat and stop drinking milk, because a lot of kids can handle it. And even if they don't, just learning the rhythm of going to service and sitting through it is also an important thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everything is going to, not every sermon is going to change their lives, just like not every sermon changes our lives. But you keep hearing God's word. You keep hearing, Bible verses. You keep singing songs that have good theology in it. You keep being around people that are part of the body, that are praying for one another and encouraging one another. You keep going to small group, things like that. Eventually, you're going to start to retain certain things, and God is going to work in your heart, and you're going to just naturally go, oh, yeah, I heard that in church. This is what it is. And if the things you're hearing are godly and good, then that's a good thing. I also think that we, like you were saying, culturally, I think to kind of narrow it down a little bit more, is that we don't view kids as products of society. We don't see that they have anything to offer, I guess is a better way of saying it. Kids are just kind of a burden that we have to kind of take care of, and that they shouldn't speak unless spoken to. They don't have anything. They have no wisdom to offer. They're just kind of a hindrance, especially in the church. Sometimes I think the way, maybe we don't actually say it, but I think some of the things that the church broadly has done makes it to where that's an easily thought. I'm losing my words, but people believe that just it's not spoken, but it's like, well, that's kind of what you're acting like. And so I think having services like these that kids can be a part of, kids can participate in, and we can all join together, I think that kind of helps give kids some power, give kids some voice. And that's a good thing. Like, suffer the children not to come to me. Like, it's okay to have kids in service. It's okay to have them ask questions and be a part of it. Like, what was it the other day? I was trying to fix something, and my toilet wasn't flushing very well. This might be a really weird analogy, but whatever. My toilet wasn't flushing very well, and I was like, no, I need to go buy this new part. And so I went to Home Depot and got this part, and I came back and I was talking to my oldest son, and he's like, why don't you just put like WD-40 in it? Because the handle was sticking and it wasn't flushing. And so I was like, oh, the mechanism is bad, whatever. And he's like, why don't you put like WD-40 or some like silicone in it or something? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's not that kind of part. And he goes, well, just try it. It's like, okay, dude, I'll try it. And I did it, and it's worked fantastically. And I was like, dude, you just saved me like $20. And he's like, you're welcome. But I think like that was kind of one of those things of like, they do have stuff to offer. It's like that Dumb and Dumber quote when he's like, senior citizens, although, and he has that whole thing that he says, I don't need to say it. They can still serve a purpose. That the whole Dumb and Dumber quote, like it was one of those things of like, man, I would have, like how much would I have missed out on my son teaching me something?
Yeah.
And speaking into something like that.
Well, and even then, what if it didn't work? Like, you would have sprayed WD-40 on a handle, wouldn't have been that big a deal, and then you guys would have changed the mechanism.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And he would have been like, hey, cool, my dad listened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he would have learned something,
Yeah.
But, now WD-40 does fix everything.
Yes. It's fantastic.
Certified.
Yeah. And it's still working to this day. I mean, that was
good.
like months ago. And I was like, hey, remember when you helped me fix? Yeah, I remember when I helped you fix that toilet. Like, good for you, man. And I think that's, empowering as a parent. Like that's kind of cool to see. But I think we don't do that enough in church. I think kids don't know anything. They don't know Bible verses. They don't know, deep theology. They don't know this. And that, so therefore their place is, at least in ours, downstairs in the basement. Like that's where they belong until they get ready to be where I am. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to be that pompous in our faith. Like we can be like, no, we have stuff to teach them, but they have stuff to teach us. We're all, kids have the same Holy Spirit. Like you say this whole time, kids have the same Holy Spirit that we do. And they just have better knees. So there you go. That's
right. Yep. And kids have this amazing ability to just be wiggling all over the place and just under the chairs and then you leave and they tell you exactly what was said on stage and you're like, how did you do? You were not listening.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't listening because I was just like, get up off the floor.
That's right. Yeah. No, that is 100%.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. I never even thought about it. Yeah. My kids do it all the time. I'm like, what did I just say? You were doing, what did I just say? And they tell me and I'm like, okay.
Look at me in the eye next time. Yep. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, it is very important. I think it's very important. And I think the future and health of the future church is continuing to bring all the generations together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like that saying that, if your church isn't crying, your church is dying.
Yeah.
Like we need to be okay with kids.
Yep.
In church, in services, participating, serving, all of those things.
Yep. And it's going to be most learning is done just walking together. I mean, we tell kids legitimately 18 years going to church is important. Then when they turn 18, they don't go to church.
Yeah.
That clearly isn't going to be a great model moving forward.
Yeah.
So I think it's important, and we're glad to resume back to regular services as well.
Yeah. Yep.
We've talked nothing about the content.
We did. Yeah. We should probably talk about content. So Jonathan,
I
I did not know when before we wrote this that there were so many Jonathans in the Bible. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. There was a lot. There was over half a dozen, and I was actually surprised with how many people didn't really know who Jonathan was. Like, that was surprising to me because we asked a couple people, and I was like, really? Oh, okay. Like,
yeah, Jonathan actually is a pretty common children's, because of the friendship. Be a good friend, which I don't know that's entirely. I think that's accurate, but I think that's a very watered down application to the story of Jonathan.
To just be a good friend.
Yeah. I mean, Jonathan is so submissive to himself, to all the selfish things that he could have wanted and desired and done.
Yeah.
And you actually see that there are actually a lot of Jonathan was like that even when he wasn't around David. His submissiveness to just some of the crazy things his dad was doing, but then also these times where he's like, no, like when Saul tells the entire army to fast, and he accidentally eats the honey, and he's like,
oh, look at me, I'm refreshed, I feel great.
Yeah.
You should eat too.
Yeah. He always had the balance of like trying to respect his dad, but also looking out for other people too.
Pretty wise. Yeah.
He did that all the way until the end of his life.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool character.
Yeah. Yeah, he was an interesting study. There was some stuff that we couldn't talk about it because I think it would have caused more problems. You kind of mentioned it, but it was when the whole stepbrothers gif was going off behind you. And it was, saying his friendship or his loyalty or his love for David has a different meaning in today's day and age than it did back then.
This is a good thing to bring up. Go ahead. Continue on.
Glad I have your permission. This is good.
Shouldn't have derailed.
Proceed.
But
no, some of the commentaries I was reading was that there are some arguments to David and Jonathan being in a homosexual relationship with one another.
Yeah.
That was the love that they had, because it was like he loved him more than 3 wives, or like there's something in there.
Yeah, David says that
the love I have for him, or the love I have for Jonathan, or Jonathan has for me,
is better than from any woman.
Yeah. And it's like, well, see that, and it's like, it's not a sexual thing. Like that's you're imposing or importing.
I'm not gonna look it up. It's there.
Okay.
I'm confident.
Yeah, it's there. I don't know what the specific verse is. But it was, like you can have male on male intimacy without having male on male homosexuality. Like you can have friends that are tight-knit, close, vulnerable, loving, caring, protecting of one another without it going into the realm of sexual perversion. Mm-hmm. Like that's you can easily do that. I mean, I have male friends of mine, my friend Zach, that we are close friends. We talk about a lot of things. There's a lot of loyalty. There's a lot of devotion to one another, but it doesn't delve into that. And so to import that into the Bible is importing our cultural understanding onto David.
Yeah.
And I know it's unfortunate that Jonathan, his story and what he did, that people try to import different things into that. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate.
Yes.
Because it's not there. It's you have to make it work to make that be your conclusion.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also kind of sad to kind of in a person that views this story that way, to put your worldview in a place where friendship can't be that true.
Yeah.
Like that's a sad thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I never thought about it like that, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand why friendship can be hard too, just like any other relationship. But yeah, good point. It's a good thing, because we didn't hit on that for very much.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we didn't. I mean, I didn't think it was necessarily appropriate, and I think it's just sufficient to be like, yeah, it has different connotations back then than it does now, but those connotations that people would put on it right now is not important because it's not. It's not important. So, yeah.
Yeah. The timeline of David and Jonathan also is a little bit confusing.
Very much so.
Yeah. Even in our message, it's a little bit, because Jonathan does kind of go back and forth a little bit of like, yeah, Saul's trying to kill you, to, no, we put this to bed. We put this to bed a long time ago. Like, what are you talking about, David?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is trying to, like some of that is a little confusing. And there's a debate on the order of some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Even though it's in one book.
Yeah.
I don't know how some of that comes to be in the order that it is. Also, just David actually meeting Saul before he kills Goliath and plays the harp for him. At least it shows up in Samuel before that.
Yeah.
But then when he kills Goliath, Saul's like, who is this son of Jesse?
Yeah.
Like,
there's some stuff in there that, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of confusing timelines.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think that distracts from the core of what these stories are trying to reveal us about who God is and what we're called to be.
Yeah.
In our walk. David's story is crazy, though. The whole thing is the craziest story.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having a life like that. Like, it is what is the kind of Disney, something in the Princess,
Princess and the Frog?
No, the Popper, the Popper and the Princess. I don't know. Basically, like
is that Disney?
The port. I don't know. It's a fairy tale.
Okay.
Was there a difference? Princess and the
Disney
Pauper.
owns-
Isn't
Disney
that what it
owns
is?
all the-
Princess and the Pauper.
I've heard that sounds familiar. I'm not super familiar. My kids are a little older, so maybe that's what it
Yeah,
is.
but yeah, it's like, I mean, I think that's pretty old. Now I'm like debating any of my knowledge of this at all. Now that I've brought it up, but I'm just gonna commit anyways.
Just go with it. It's a Disney movie.
But basically that there's like this poor boy and this princess, they fall in love, and life dramatic. I mean, like, that's David's.
Aladdin.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like that's like the real life story is David. It is crazy.
Yeah. Well, and it's crazy that God used a man like David with all his flaws and drama and family drama, that like God's like, I'm going to have the Messiah come from this dude. That's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and you mentioned it in your very good quick synopsis, your context of 1 Samuel, which I loved that. I do hope people pick up our terrible writing sometimes of these, how we break down the fourth wall over and over and over, where you switch from like,
I don't know anything
to like just the deepest stuff. And sometimes Brenton does that because he's kind and is trying to take some of the big lines off me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot.
What did you say? Didn't you say that last time that you're like, dude, these are my favorite things because you'll do this whole exposition of like this paragraph of something, and my line is, yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 Samuel is this and this and this Samuel, and this is what he did, and the prophets and the kings. Yeah.
Yeah. But you mentioned that this is before the split of the kingdoms, and I mean the end of David's life into Solomon's life directly leads into the split of the kingdoms. And we a lot of times I feel like David and Solomon are often separated from the split of the kingdoms, but it was their actions that almost directly led to the split of the kingdoms, because it was Solomon's son, Rehoboam, I think. I think it was
Rehoboam. That's how you say it.
Is it? But that is the one, and yeah, I mean, he was responsible for dividing the kingdom, and all because of the sins of David that led into the sins of Solomon that eventually, led to that. I mean, very quickly. Crazy stuff. Your synopsis was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of, so David's the anointed king whose kingdom falls apart, even though he's the anointed king.
You were the chosen one.
You're. I felt that in my heart, man.
That was Star Wars
that was
reference
good,
for
yeah.
anybody that didn't pick that
I
up.
loved you, Anakin. You were supposed to be the chosen one.
That was your impression was better than mine.
My Ewan McGregor, yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
Fan. I like some Ewan McGregor. But no, you have like King David, who was anointed as king, and was King David, but his kingdom fell, like it split. It was not, and then Jesus comes as the anointed one, the Messiah, the Christ. Kingdom lasts forever. And I was just thinking that's why my blank face was. When you were talking, I was like, I was thinking all that.
Yeah, we are almost done with the Old Testament in children's. We've been in it for a year and a half. We have one more lesson, which is just...
this is chapter by chapter, verse by verse, right?
Not quite. But it's as close as you can get in
kids.
trying to smash the Old Testament into, what is it? Would that be 75 lessons? So trying to pack... I mean, we do entire books sometimes.
So are you in Malachi right now?
Is that how you say it?
No.
We did Malachi last week.
That's how you're supposed to say.
Okay.
My favorite joke is that he's the only Italian in the Bible, and it's Malachi.
Malachi?
Yeah, I heard
Malachi.
that. I heard that decades ago, and I was like, "Oh, that's so good."
Yeah. No, we just finished Malachi, and then we're like, it's like kind of an overview. Like the next lesson is just all of the Old Testament points to Jesus. Like we're here now.
Yeah.
So we are basically done with the Old Testament. I have no idea where I was going with this anymore. There was a purpose to me.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
The Malachi threw you off.
Yeah. We're talking about David.
Talking about David. Christ, the Messiah.
The theme throughout all of this this time is that none of it was enough. Like only Jesus could fulfill these things. I mean, from creation to God covering Adam and Eve to the creation, there Abraham being set apart and being the father of the nation of Israel, and Israel being set apart, and the sacrifices that Israel was supposed to make, and having God leading them by a cloud and fire, dwelling with them in the temple, and then, like you said, in the message that they wanted a king, they wanted to be like the other nations. That now they have this ruler, and none of it was enough. None of it was going to complete anything, because all of it was going to be fulfilled through Jesus. It is a cool thing.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, I don't know how you do that in a message on a Sunday. That'd be tough.
You just did it.
We did just do
You
it.
did it in a
I did.
midpoint.
I did do it really quickly. Yes. Now it's done. Now we
Yeah.
don't need to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
closing
simple.
prayer.
But so, anyways, if your kids have any questions about what we've been going over in the Old Testament, every lesson pretty much has been, this isn't enough. God had a bigger plan to fulfill these things.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
For 75 weeks, we've been doing this.
Yeah. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that you are doing the same thing that we're doing up top. Like we're going chapter by chapter, verse by verse, and you're going kind of story by story, verse by verse.
Yeah. I mean, that is one of the reasons we picked this curriculum. I mean, I like this curriculum. It'd be cool to be able to write curriculum, you know. I know Andrew and his wife have some curriculum writing knowledge, and but man, the time for it is just extensive. But I like this curriculum because I like things that make people do what they need to do, because we're just so easy. It's so easy for us to not do those things, to find distractions or whatever. But it's like, man, if you just go through the Old Testament in order, like if you can't see Jesus in it, it's going to be a long slog. Like
Yeah.
it forces us to reveal Jesus or you're going to have a tough time with teaching these lessons. I also like them because you can't go in blind to teaching the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Like you have to look at it, which I like.
Yeah.
Not that it's always going to go well, because it doesn't. You have lessons that, like, I had one. I remember coming up on Monday night and being like, I just blew that lesson. I don't even remember what it was about. I feel like was it David wanting to build the temple? I feel like, anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, sometimes they just fall flat, and you're like,
Like, well, but I bet there's one kid that was just like, that was the greatest message ever.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like, that's the cool thing about what God does. Is sometimes it's not about our ability to teach a lesson, you know? Like, it's not. I'm reminded of the story of, was it D.L. Moody, I think? Where somebody presented the gospel, and it was like the most atrocious attempt at sharing the gospel with somebody. And that person came to Christ and ended up either being D.L. Moody or it was Billy Graham. Like, it was somebody like that.
Yeah,
was
I've heard that story before.
I forgot who it was, but
Yeah.
it was like the most atrocious, like, fumbled over his words, didn't really know the Bible very well. Like, it was something like that, to where it was just a train wreck. And it led to the salvation for some guy who was, you know, very pivotal in evangelical world. And I'm like, that's so cool that God's like, I don't care if you're eloquent or not. And like what he says with Moses, like, I'm slow of speech and slow of tongue, like, can't use me. And he's like, watch me. Like, I'm totally going to use you, you know, that kind of stuff. It's cool how God does that.
Yep. Well, should we look to next week?
I thought we were going to talk about the bride price.
We can.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to talk about
Just two guys in a room.
No.
Next week,
We're back in our Roman series.
18 through 27.
27, I think. Yeah.
I'm excited about this message.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It will be good. Yeah, I'm excited. Some cool stuff.
Yeah, we talked about it, but we didn't talk about it.
The
Can't
groanings.
talk about
The groanings. That'll be a bit of a theme this week, but a little bit of a change in pace of going through Romans. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this message.
Yeah, and it'll springboard into I think the end of Romans 8, I think, is what he's hitting week after, I think.
I mean, that makes sense. Because there's,
Yeah. But, yeah, you have to just come to church and find out.
Yeah, we have services at 8, 9:45,
Is this the outro?
11:30, and Monday night at 7.
Same service.
Yep. We hope you can come and join us.
Be there, be square.
That's right. We also stream them. So
We do. Same times.
Yep.
Oh, Monday we don't stream.
Yep. And if you catch it later in the week, you just get the best version of whichever one it was.
Yeah.
The highest of quality.
Yeah. Yep.
We only pick the best.
Nope, that's not true. Most of the time it's just the 9:45. That's just the one we do.
It's just
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what the metrics for what would be the best would
Yeah.
be.
Because it's not when the band is the best. I can tell you that. Because sometimes 8:00 is like, man, we were feeling it, and then 9:45 we were just like, we'll be fine, and then it's not, and
Yeah.
so it's definitely not that.
I get that. We're supposed to be ending, but now I have a new thought.
You have more?
So,
Okay, go for it.
I have a hard time with the 11:30 service because when we do these shows, because we've done it enough that now I'm a little bit more autopilot, and I just start thinking about other things.
Like the
And
WB show, or
like when we're on stage during 11:30.
Oh, yeah.
Like I start thinking about other things. It's just during that one.
like I wonder what lunch is.
Or like I'll see somebody and I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to follow up with them about VBS, or like, and I just
That's so funny.
and then you'll say stuff and I will have no idea where you're at. Like,
so that's what that blank stare
yeah,
is.
I'm like,
See, I'm totally thinking about something completely different, like than you. Not like I'll look out and I'm looking at people and I'm like, oh, they're blank faces. They're not enjoying this. Like, oh, did I say something wrong? Did you? And then you're talking and I'm like, oh, where am I supposed to be? Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't really think that much.
Yeah. No, I judge myself pretty hardcore on the faces of people that are listening.
Other people?
Yeah. It's a hazard. Trying to just be confident in what we're doing, which that's why I write it down. Because if I didn't write it down, it would be like, oh, well, First Service didn't like this, so I'm going to say it this way. Like,
Yeah.
Like, no,
I probably would. Honestly, I probably would be that way if I wasn't with you.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a true thing. Yeah. But
meaning
it's just I mean, we've said this before, but we started this. I mean, we were eating lunch at Zany's and basically wrote some of this stuff down on a napkin and then decided we should text it to ourselves because we have technology. That there was a better option.
Yeah.
But just the confidence in that this is a direction that we need to try to go. Mm-hmm. It gives me a lot of confidence, and it's there's just a confidence of it's like Star Trek Beyond, the scene where they're riding the motorcycle, Scotty and is it James Kirk? Is that what it is? I don't remember which one it is. Chris Pines, and they're riding the little motorcycle.
I think there's just one Pine.
Jen.
I think it's just Chris Pine.
Oak Pine.
Yeah, not multiple.
Oh,
yeah.
Excuse me. You know the guy I'm talking about. Anyways, they're riding on the little motorcycle, and they're about to get captured, and he needs to beam him up onto the ship, and Scotty's like, I think I can do it, but I've never done a moving target.
Yeah.
Onto a moving target before.
I've done that before.
Yeah. And he's like, I just need your permission. And he's like, why do you need my permission? So it's not just my fault. It's like that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, gives me confidence.
Yeah.
Good.
There you go.
Gives me confidence. Anyway,
it gives me confidence knowing that you've read it and you're like, yeah, I'm good. And then we send it to James, and James like, yeah, I've read it. It's good. Like that gives me confidence. If I didn't have that, I'd be very, like, easily swayed by my own insecurities. How about that?
Did you feel that way when we did Samson?
I mean, I feel like that a lot. I have a lot of insecurities that I have to just kind of work through.
Because Samson was the one that we rewrote the last 9 pages of it the night before, and never practiced it.
No, it felt good. Like I think the direction we went was good.
It was good because there was nobody checking that.
I felt good about that.
I felt good about it too, but I just remember being very stressed of knowing the last chunk of it was not practiced at all. It's the way we roll.
Well, we used to. Some of them we never practiced at all. Like we just went into it, and then we're like, I think there was one or two that we really didn't practice.
Yeah,
you did, which is why that joke that you did the other day when you're like, I was like, oh no, we didn't practice this, and you're like, I did. Like that was another joke that was just for us.
Yeah, because it was true. Anyways, OCC.
We should do it now and the official outro.
Yeah, are you gonna do it?
You already did it.
I already did it.
Come to church.
Yeah, come to church. We're so glad you guys are connecting with us halfway through the week at the almost midpoint. Midpoint should be on Thursdays.
It is midpoint.
Yeah, but it's not midpoint between Sundays. This was the thing that I talked about.
No, I know that, but it's a 7. Like, what's middle of 7? It's 3.5.
Yeah.
What's 3.5?
Wednesday.
Which is when it posts.
Yeah, but we're starting from Sunday, so
Should we start from Saturday?
I don't know.
We just said we're not Jewish. Sunday.
Just saying.
Monday. Oh, sorry. Sunday. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday.
Thursday. Friday. Saturday. Anyway.
It should be Wednesday. That's midpoint.
It's not. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
I'm confused.
I guess it could be in the evening.
So
anyways,
it should be Wednesday.
Thank you guys for joining us on this perfectly timed midpoint. That is exactly. We'll post exactly midpoint from wherever you're at. I do hope you guys know that you guys are so loved by us here at OCC.
Yes. Amen. All right, bye.